it's official. The thing every solo dev kind of suspected. Anthropic dropped a study that says using AI coding assistants can actually make you worse at picking up new libraries and actually understanding your own code. Yeah, so you ever feel like you're moving faster, but also somehow forgetting what you're doing half the time? Turns out it's not just in your head. And, here's where it gets interesting. They ran this whole experiment, put two groups of devs on the same task, one with AI and one without. The AI crew scored 17% lower when it came to mastering new material. 2-letter grades. It's wild, but honestly, I don't think this is shocking. Every tool, every shortcut, every time we automate a thing, some core skill gets a little rustier. It's like, have you ever tried to do long division after using a calculator for years? Good luck, right? But here's the thing. The debate isn't, is AI bad for your skills? Just real quick, I'm Daniel. I've been living in the iOS trenches for over 8 years. Started out freelancing, working with clients, bouncing between all sorts of projects. But after Dub 25, I went all in on solo dev life. Since then, I've crafted over 10 of my own apps, started building everything in public, and honestly, right now, pretty much all my energy goes into making this solo studio into something that lasts, not just another round of quick MVPs or AI slop, the kind of apps that actually scale up. And yeah, I'm sharing every bit of that on Crafters Lab. It isn't just another tutorial site or some AI clone farm. This is my actual home base. It's for solo devs who want to use AI like a real teammate, not like a vending machine. If you're serious about leveling up, building with care, and making apps that actually last, you'll feel right at home. And yeah, if you're still hanging on with Patreon, huge thanks. But heads up, everything's have moved over to crafterslab.dev. That's where it's all happening now. So come be part of the crew. Would love to have you building with us. So let's talk about the trade-off. AI tools like Claude Code and Cursor, absolute magic for getting through boring boilerplate or learning a new API on the fly. You drop in a prompt and boom, the code's there. No hours lost scrolling Stack Overflow or piecing together sample projects. I mean, I live on this stuff, and it's a big but, it comes with this hidden price. When Anthropic looked at real devs using AI, the agents did make things a bit faster, but the real cost was mastery. People who leaned hard on AI assistance, even just for a new Python library, got the task done, but when it came to the post-task quiz, they flopped. It's like, yeah, you get that dopamine hit of shipped something, but if you tried to explain it or redo it from scratch a week later, blank. And honestly, that's super real for solo indie devs. We're always bouncing between 10 new tools, trying to move fast, maybe ship a feature before it gets stale, and it's tempting to just let the agent lead. But the thing Anthropic study is screaming is that convenience, it's coming straight out of your skill set. So what do you do about it? Well, I try to think of AI as like the world's most helpful intern. Give it boring stuff, sure. But if I actually care about learning, or really need to own a part of the stack, I'll force myself to build it solo first, then see what the agent would have done. That way I still get the skill reps, and when I use the AI, I can spot where it's taking shortcuts. I don't know, maybe I'm just paranoid, but I'd rather have 10 slightly slower sessions where I really learn than one where I feel like I shipped, but don't remember how. You know what I mean? Here's where it gets even more interesting. Anthropic points out this idea of horizontal versus vertical growth. So with AI, you can suddenly do way more of what you already know, crank out more code, ship more screens, maybe even finish whole apps in a weekend. But vertical growth, that's the hard stuff. Getting actually better at your craft, inventing new solutions, connecting dots nobody else saw. AI helps you go horizontal. You can clone yourself, multiply what you know. But the catch is, if you don't already know the thing, you're just copying faster, not leveling up. Solo devs, especially, gotta watch this. If all you ever do is ship more of the same, you'll look up in a year and realize you didn't actually get any better at building. You just got better at shipping. So what do? For me, it means using AI for the repetitive, the safe, the things I've done a million times. But when I'm learning something new or want to really deepen my skills, I make myself struggle. I'll hit the docs, bang my head against the problem, and only then, after I've tried on my own, will I bring in the agent just to see what I missed. It's a little slower, but you actually learn. And honestly, it's kind of the difference between being a solo coder and just being a project manager for your own AI. Look, nobody's saying stop using AI, that ship has sailed. For solo devs, AI is leverage. It's the thing that lets us build whole products that used to take teams, but if you just let the tool do all the thinking, your skills will rust. That's not an opinion, that's what the data's showing. So, my move, I treat AI like a cheat sheet, not a replacement for actual reps. I'll let it handle the tedious parts or use it to double check my approach, but when it comes to core skills, I force myself to lift the heavy weights first. Sometimes I'll even quiz myself. Could I build this again solo from scratch without the agent? If not, that's a sign I'm leaning too hard on the tool. And not gonna lie, that awareness alone is a game changer. You don't have to throw out your agent. Just make sure it's not the only muscle you're using. Some sessions, I'll even turn off the AI just to see if I can still get through the basics. It's kind of humbling, but it keeps you honest. And honestly, that's kind of the real solo dev superpower, knowing when to leverage tools and when to do the work yourself. The goal isn't to beat AI, it's to use it without losing your craft. So if you feel like your skills are getting softer, you're not alone. Just means you're paying attention. So yeah, if you're still hanging in here, honestly, you're a legend. No joke. I mean, the AI stuff, it's moving fast and nobody really has it all figured out. But if you're watching this because you care about actually getting better, not just moving faster, that puts you way ahead of most. And, if you want to actually go deeper, check out crafterslab.dev. It's not just some tutorial dump. It's not another AI clone farm. It's honestly my home base. I built it for solo devs who treat AI like a real teammate, not just a button you smash when you're stuck. And, it's packed. You get full walkthroughs, like actual short video tutorials, a ton of Claude code skills, and yeah, resources means straight up downloadable zips you can drop right into your project. Members get to actually riff in the comments, ask follow-ups, go back and forth, and yeah, that's just the start, because the real core is the Notion team spaces. Get my live playbook, members get a front row seat to my command center, every app I'm building, all the .md files I'm actually using on real projects, the prompt library, the docs I'm writing as I go, and all the automations I'm wiring up behind the scenes. There's a full curated Swift and Swift UI library team space too, not just some pile of old auto-generated files, but real up-to-date stuff. It's packed with the kind of deep dive keynotes and private talks I paid some $100 for. Honestly, you won't find any of this in the public training data. This is all the modern real world code I use myself to fine tune models and build out my own custom MCPs for Claude Code, for Cursor, all of it. There's a bunch of different ways to use it, and I'm always experimenting, always posting about it in the lab. And then there's Ops Lab. It's where I build and share all my Notion AI agent instructions, Notion templates, the Claude code skills, the workflows, automations, all wired up and ready for you to copy, tweak, totally break, and make your own. The whole point is to keep the indie stack connected so you don't feel like you're building in a silo, even if you're solo at the keyboard. So, yeah. If you want to get in before it gets busy and prices start moving, now's kind of the sweet spot. The crew's still small, super hands-on, and honestly, it feels way more like a behind-the-scenes dev lounge than some giant faceless forum. Would love to see you in there, swap some stories, maybe even learn something from what you're building next. All right, keep shipping, keep learning, and for what it's worth, don't let the agent lead. Peace.